to fight our war. We were lending ourselves money to fight our war on interest. Fast forward to Vietnam. Known. The reason we got into Vietnam was an attack on a ship that was a fucking lie.
The Gulf of Tonkin, yeah.
A fucking lie. Here's what bothers me. How can you, there's things that you move on to, right? How do I move on to the Gulf of Tonkin without really talking about the Lusitania, like, how do you go to the next fucking thing? And why don't you go, wait, no. Let's keep talking about the fact that we may have sunk a ship with people on it. Can we talk about that? No. We just keep moving. Fast forward to the Gulf of Tonkin. A lie. Now, it's officially a fucking lie in history. It's not an argument. It's not Illuminati. It's a goddamn lie. But we fought it anyway. It's a part of history, and we go, we fought it. Fast forward to 9/11. Look, whether you go, there's some things, okay, hey, we argue back and forth. I'm going with the climate of wanting to go to war for some shit, can't go to war, and need an event big enough
to go
to war. Now, we can argue the engines disappearing at the Pentagon. We can argue this, and we can argue the spots of the way the buildings imploded, like it looked like it was demolished. Yeah. And we can disagree. I could go, I believe that shit. And you go, fuck no. But I'm saying the climate of what's happening, it's the same as the other three. Why can't we think that this shit could happen? It's shot. Building 7, and don't roll your eyes yet. I just watched Building 7. They put a picture of Building 7 falling that didn't get hit, that didn't have structural damage, imploding the same exact way as a planned demolition, the way it fell. There's people that say it. Now, I know how you feel about it.
Yeah,
I couldn't argue back and forth about it because we're both going off what we believe. We didn't go out there with our meters or anything like that. I'm repeating some shit. You're repeating some shit what you feel. So I'm just stepping back going, historically, the country would do some fucked up shit so that it can lend itself money for war. And here's the Vietnam War that they're comparing to the Iraqi thing. All they needed to do is sustain. The Vietnam War was never supposed to be won. It was just supposed to go on. And on and on and on and on. So I can keep lending myself money at interest and keep taking money out your baby's asshole.
The only thing I can even throw in as far as the 9/11 thing goes, I'll never believe that explosives were put into a fucking working building, that these workers came in and wired these fucking buildings with explosives, because you know what that takes? It takes an empty building. It takes jackhammering of cement structures that a secretary would look and go, excuse me, what are you doing with all that C4? Is there something? So I can't believe that. And there was structural damage to the building. When the two towers fell, it threw all kinds of shit into there. It was on fire for a long time. All I'm saying is, I don't believe there was this conspiracy that America planted bombs in there. Here's the only thing let me agree with you on this thing, and this is the thing that makes me not believe in aliens. All right.
Is the secrecy of the average boob, the level of secrecy that a construction worker would have to have to do that is my, to be logical, I go, Jesus, that doesn't make any sense that a guy would go, yeah, all right, listen, let's pretend we're going to put explosives on it and kill 3,000 people.
Yeah.
I agree. The deception that there's aliens somewhere in a building that fucking Johnny and Harry the boob are guarding against us.
Yeah.
Makes me go,
I think he's telling his chick.
Yeah, somebody knows.
That,
hey, listen, E.T. is in this motherfucking building, sweetie. I believe that, but there are, the fact is, that in order to pull off all the shit that's happening, you have to have the help of the people. We have to agree. For some reason, we have to agree to fuck each other over. And it's not far-fetched that a person has been on the phone and said to you, hi, listen, I can't, my kid is dying, I don't have insurance. Yeah, it's $1,500 a month, but I only make $750 a fucking week. Please help.
Well, that's
sorry,
$1,500.
It is a reality that people in some form or fashion will fuck other people really bad.
But here's the only thing I could even wrap my mind around that perhaps, like in the past, might have happened. There was a plot by extremists, Islamic extremists, to do what they tried to do in the early 90s, bring down the towers.
Okay.
And perhaps somebody did know that this was going to go down.
That they let it go down because
and they let it
because a big thing is
go down.
NORAD has a 5 to 10 minute response time to this type of shit, and NORAD had an 80-minute response. Like NORAD,
see, I won't even go for that.
Was shut down. Like NORAD didn't. They didn't send planes. They didn't send. I
won't even go for that because shit's supposed to work a certain way, and we found out, as far as the government goes, shit don't work as fast as it's supposed to. We thought there were fucking missiles on top of the White House and everything, and there weren't. That plane could have crashed right into the fucking White House.
Right.
But I think the damage was, if that did happen, I'm still, believe me, I'm not one like.
And we needed this to happen to go to war. By the way, we needed something as big
to get
as 9/11
everybody with American flags on their windows
to fucking go and fight any war that they told us to fight.
Right, but I don't think if somebody did know about this attack beforehand, and there were FBI agents and stuff that said, look, this guy's taking fucking flying lessons, there's suspicious, that's documented.
Right.
But I don't think anyone thought it was going to be as fucked up as it was. If a couple of planes flew into some buildings and the fire department ran up and put them out, and they found out, look at these terrorist motherfuckers trying to bring down the towers. They killed such and such people. Let's go to war. I don't think anyone thought both of those fucking towers were falling down.
But look at that.
And buildings around it.
And again, that's when we get into logistics of all of that.
Yeah.
Ultimately, let's look at what happened. The president, now, it's essentially a dictatorship when it comes to declaring war. It used to be Congress.
Oh, Congress.
Now the president can. That fear we had of some kook pushing a button, it came true.
Yeah.
So if the whole plan was a kook to push a button, I again, not to go back and forth about whether 9/11 we did it or some crazy shit, but the fact is that ultimately it moves closer to New World Order.
The point I think you guys are both missing, like the towers didn't really need to fall down to get the point across.
Right.
Just having, the airliners crashing into 2 major buildings in New York City would have done the job.
I don't think anyone thought that would have happened.
Why not? It would have been enough to get a war going.
I fucking disagree.
That's just like the ocean liner going down. That's like a holy shit moment.
Let's say the ocean liner was hit.
That's why I think
it didn't sink and 1,200 people didn't die.
Right.
3,000 people died. People are still dying from all that horse shit in the air.
It made it easier, but I think just having the planes crash into the buildings would have been good enough to go with your theory that you laid out beautifully, how we're like a war economy.
Well, if those planes, if the buildings didn't fall, we would have rebuilt those holes. The buildings would still be standing tall with muscles. I think watching those buildings fall.
But you don't think that would have been enough for us to go to? Wow, I think so. I certainly think so.
I think the visual.
They really needed the buildings to come down.
Big. Pearl Harbor was big. The vision of Pearl Harbor. Big. The Japs flying over, attack everybody. Holy mother, we were attacked.
Why did the planes hit so high then?
Well, they couldn't go on the street. It was still buildings that were 50 stories high.
Nah, they still had a little room. They definitely had some room to hit lower.
Let's be honest.
The lower they hit,
they were giant airplanes. The fact that they both hit their target,
but the lower they hit
was pretty fucking amazing.
The lower they hit, more people would die, whether the buildings fall or not.
Now look at your theory. Why didn't they hit bigger? Right? Why didn't they hit higher? And the buildings still collapsed. See, this is what I'm saying. We can go into space age, like really theories, but I'm just looking at the Gulf of Tonkin is a lie. The reason we went into Vietnam was a goddamn lie. That's what I'm saying, is that just add it up a little bit in terms of, I know this Illuminati people don't understand, but the Bilderberg group,